Hello legends, Eldred here. Welcome to Veloharmony. I put out a video last night. It was very technical, and I'm sure it wasn't exciting for most of you guys, but it needed to be done to kind of back up the video that I had out there earlier about, training hard, really hard and really easy. And so, the people who are interested can go to the blog and get additional details. But I decided to make another video on a topic that I think would interest most of you. A gentleman named Jake Jazard, one of our legends, he sent me a bunch of topics and they're in the queue. He wants to know what's your stance on other YouTube vloggers like Durianrider, Cycling Maven, GCN, etc. He said, do you take any inspiration from them? And when I read that, I was like, this is perfect. They're the reason I started this channel. Okay, not all of them necessarily, but GCN in particular, and then Durianrider, and I'll give the reasons why. So I will title this video my take on Durianrider, GCN, and the other vloggers out there. Because I watch a bunch of other people, but I'm actually subscribed to GCN, and that's why I used to watch their stuff. I will start with GCN. They have really good content, but it's not developed enough, in my opinion. Some of them, of course, some of them are better than others. It's just there's no super detail. They assume that every cyclist out there already knows like 2/3 of it or half of the information, so they start out up here on stuff. They don't start from the beginning, and that's just the format they have, I guess. And so when my friend mentioned, he's one of the legends here too, when he mentioned, why don't you open a channel? You've helped me a lot. You've helped a lot of people. I was a little leery because the space is full of channels, and that's what made me decide that if I'm gonna do this channel, it needs to be detailed, it needs to be fun. There's no reason why people can't get information, and it just needs to be honest, and it needs to be PG, basically G, actually G, not even PG. And I'm leaning towards Durianrider. I subscribed to Durianrider for a while. I've since unsubscribed because I do a lot of stuff with my girls, and the little girl, one is 7, one is 5. I just could not watch the guys' content when they're home. And I usually have the TV on and I run it while I'm doing other things, because I'm not a big TV guy. I don't just sit in front of the TV. I've always got some project going on. And it got frustrating because every other word is an F-bomb or something. I'm like, is it really necessary? So it just got to be, after a while, I kind of got old, and I found myself watching less and less of his stuff, and then I finally just unsubscribed. The main reason I unsubscribed is lately he seemed to just be doing what they call clickbait. He'd have a topic or a picture that had nothing to do with the content of the video. Like for one, he said, why did I quit cycling, or some stuff like that. And I actually clicked on the video thinking he was gonna give why he quit cycling for a while, and all it was somebody running around doing some nonsense. I couldn't even see the purpose of the video. So after about a minute or two, it was like watching paint dry. That's when I unsubscribed. So no, he started out pretty good. He's got a lot of subscribers, and hopefully he'll be able to keep them and continue to be successful. But what he's doing right now, there's just no quality. There's no content. He's not putting out anything useful. He had another video where he said he was doing a bike review, and what he called a bike review was sitting on a sidewalk, taking the camera around somebody's bike and saying nothing. That's a bike review. So yeah, so I don't bother. I unsubscribe from him. Cycling Maven is not one of the reasons that I started this. He's actually an inspiration. He has his focus. He's doing a lot of big things, and so Cycling Maven is at a different level than Durianrider, in my opinion, because he actually gives value. So yes, I'm still subscribed to him, and I watch his vlogs, and I've seen some stuff when I started this channel. I saw the way he did certain things. Like one day he was on he was doing a vlog and it was very windy, and he stopped and he filmed the wind, and then he started talking about it. Was somewhere in Perth, and he was explaining that they get these fronts that time of year. So instead of just showing the wind, he narrated. And that's really where I got the idea about saying, you know what, I'm not just gonna film the group rides, I'm gonna actually narrate the group rides. I mean, that was one place I got it from, but the second thing was when I would watch, I love to watch cycle racing in Europe, and I would watch it in like, it would be in like some other language like Dutch or Spanish, and you would just get the names of the riders every now and then. And I found myself not being interested in watching the race. So without narration, you don't feel like you're involved. You know, the narration draws you in if it's done properly. And that's where I got the idea that, you know what, if I'm not just gonna do a narration, I'm gonna identify the people riding the bikes. I'm gonna identify what's going on so that you guys can feel like you're riding with us. You know, so yes, I did get inspiration from there. So, you know, some of the other guys out there, there's a guy named Shane Miller. I'm subscribed to him as well. Shane has a narrow focus. Shane focuses on those fitness indoor trainers, you know, like Wahoo Fitness and stuff like that. That's his focus. So he has a lot of gadgety stuff where he's showing you how to do Zwift on a budget and so forth and so on. And so he focuses, and he's very good at what he does. And so a lot of his videos, I don't watch them that much until he does a ride, like he has a llama ride that he'll do. And so there are different things that I'm interested in, but he's got a focus, and his channel is clean. So I can have it on and my girls are around. Same thing with Cycling Maven. His channel's clean, you know? So, yeah, but I can't play Durianrider for any of my girls, and then he's not producing any kind of content that's worth watching right now. So maybe at some point he did some good stuff. I mean, I used to watch the Tour Down Under where he'd go and train with the pros. That was pretty good. He even went to Malaysia for some festival he had, a vegan festival, and he had a guy on a motorcycle filming them climb a hill. And it was like a more than 10-minute climb, and I watched the whole thing because it was interesting, you know. And then he narrated it, you know, and everything. So I don't know why he stopped doing that kind of quality, and he just puts out crap now with some lady standing in a bikini that has nothing to do with cycling, so somebody can click on it. I don't have time for that. So yeah, so the rest of the guys out there fall into the same pattern where they want to do what everybody else is doing, and they don't really do their research. They don't master the topic. Nobody knows everything. What I don't know, I find out. That's how I learned everything just in life. Most of the stuff I know, I didn't learn in school. I learned more when I got out of school than what we studied in there, because they give you textbooks and you're stuck with that. You know, so you have to do your research, and you have to be prepared, and you have to check the facts, because you're giving information to people. It needs to be correct, and you need to be honest with people. If something doesn't work, even if you're paid to promote it, you need to be honest and say, you know what, this just doesn't do the job. You know, and that's my personality. I don't have time, you know. I'm not in this for a popularity contest. I want to do what I believe. I'm here to help other cyclists not go through all the challenges we had when we were starting out. So that's what this channel is about, and no topic is off limit if it relates to cycling, because I don't want this channel to get into like some channels out there that covering everything. No, this is cycling, everything related to cycling. That's why I welcome the ideas that you guys have for videos, you know. So I want this channel, my focus on this channel is to make sure that you guys come here and treat it like a cycling library. Oh yeah, I know he talked about Bike Fit 6 months ago. Let me go search for the Bike Fit video. And you watch my Bike Fit video or my Saddle 4 app video, I go to where I'm telling you where to sit, how to get there, how to adjust the saddle back and forth. Look around. There aren't any other videos where they tell you just, oh, adjust your 4 app. They don't tell you how to do it. So yeah, I use them, you know, Jake, as inspiration to create a channel that fills a niche where there's no fluff. It's just A guy talking to, well, we got 504 subscribers now. I'm talking to 504 of my friends, plus the non-subscribers. And that's why I do it. I don't have a script or anything. I do the research. If I have a vlog, I will hold the printout of the vlog and use that. I don't want it to get too polished to where it's like a Hollywood production. It doesn't need to be that. You know, it's not necessary. The information is what matters. You know, not the show. So, I mean, maybe when this video comes out, maybe Durianrider will see it and try to clean up his stuff. I mean, there's no reason to be doing all this cursing. We can't watch the video. I have a big TV in the house. I turn on YouTube. If I'm in the kitchen cooking, I run YouTube. I can't put him on there. I mean, that's an F-bomb every second, like he doesn't have a vocabulary. I mean, come on, man. That's just too much. So that's the main reason. That and then the quality of his stuff is, I don't know what he's trying to prove nowadays, but he used to have some good stuff. And now it's just all over the map. You don't know what to expect from him. So I never want this channel to be like that. I'd much rather not put out a video than put out some junk. There's no point to it. I want to put out stuff that adds value. There's a guy on here, one of our new legends. He said, I can't believe this stuff is free. You know, he said, your tips are so great. Thank you. I can't believe it's free. You know, it's information that's already out there. It's just not explained very well. So I take it and put it in common every day. And then another legend said, you know, this channel needs to be called the Common Sense Channel. And that resonated with me. I went into the description and added that in there, worked it in the description on the channel page, the Common Sense Channel, you know, because that's what it is. A lot of it is common sense, but you have to relate it to something tangible that people can remember. There are a lot of people on here watch the peddling videos and they say, wow, I went and I tried it. And there was a lady, I think Jessica, she went and she said, oh, I felt more power. I was pulling up and this. That does a lot to me when I get those kind of feedback. I was like, this is why I set up this channel. So it's really great to see that, you know. So yeah, there are a lot of channels out there. I've looked at a bunch. I never wanted to subscribe. I subscribed to GCN a long time ago. They have some good stuff, you know. They go to these different shows and they bring different bikes and they show them and so forth. But they just don't get deep enough, and that's fine. They have a style that they're using, you know. I like my personality. If you're here, just like you see on this video, there's one legend here. His name is Paul. When I was dealing with Paul about 1.5 years ago when I met Paul, I was answering Paul's questions, and we'd be talking for hours. It got to the point where when he would leave home to say, I'm coming over to Elder's place, his wife would tell him good night. You know, she couldn't figure out what we found to talk about, because he'd ask one question, but it touched so many things. And my challenge was I didn't want to overwhelm him. It was the interaction with him where he said, you know what? You need to open up a channel and get this information to everybody. He said, because you explain this stuff to where I get it. It's just I can't handle it. I don't know what to do with it. Because I was giving him information when I felt like he needed it. I was giving him the pieces. It's kind of like you go to school and you get in your college requirements, and then you go into your majors and so forth. So I gave him basic stuff, and as I saw him apply them, then I would bring a new one when I felt he was ready to receive that information. And then he realized, oh, there's more. I said, yeah, there's a lot more. I just can't give it all to you because it would bounce off of you. You're not ready, you know. So there's a lot of information on everything. There are many ways to do a lot of these things, and what I try to do is I do proven ways. You know, when it comes to fit, I'm very experienced with fit. So I've approached it from the standpoint of not just using numbers, but relating those numbers to other practical ways of doing things, you know, and verify and validate everything. Bike fit is not easy. There are a lot of guys out there, oh, you know, you're not going to be able to watch a video and go fit yourself perfectly. You're still going to need to be tweaked. And if you're struggling with it, get some help. Find a local fitter. You'll learn more about watching him fit you, and then you can ask questions because you're already knowledgeable from here. You know, because bike fit is a science. You can't just go, I mean, you know, just even getting your cleats right I got an email from one of our legends, and he wanted to know, when you move the cleat right, you know, when you move the cleat to the right, what happens to the shoe? When you move it to the left, what happens? When you move it up, what happens to the shoe? So because he was trying to refine his fit, and he was having challenges trying to figure out what happens to the toe end of the shoe when I move the cleat to the right or move the cleat to the left. Just little things like that, because your saddle can be perfect, but if your cleat's off, it will pull you out of your perfect position because you're locked in. So you got to get that cleat to help you keep your saddle position that you like. The cleat needs to be in the right spot, and then it should keep your foot in the sweet spot of the shoe. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. So just to wrap up, I did not want to copy anyone, and so that's why my videos are with me, just a guy and his camera. There was somebody here that mentioned that, one of our legends. A guy and his camera talking to 500 plus of his friends. That's it, you know. And whether I'm doing an SKS video review or something like that, I don't like leaving out stuff. I didn't start this channel worrying about, oh, I need to make a 3-minute video or a 5-minute video. I even had somebody early on that said, you need more 3 to 5 minute videos. Well, I don't control that. If I'm dealing with a topic, I don't control whether it's 3 minutes or 5 minutes. And that's the problem. Everybody's got a 3-minute or 5-minute video. It's like our local news. You watch the local news. The first few minutes of the local news, there are 10 shootings. You're like, this is happening here? Maybe I need to move, you know? And then the stories are so just brief to where you have more questions than answers when they're done. So I don't watch the local news because they make you feel like the world's coming to an end. You know, I don't watch the local news. So no, so I did not want to worry about, oh, the video's 3 minutes, the video's 5 minutes. No, what I do when I do these videos, when I go to edit, I look at, is this really off a tangent? If it is, maybe that's a topic for another video. That's how I get some of my ideas. I just come out and I start to talk about the topic, as if to say you were sitting here and you had asked me, how do you feel about those vloggers? You know, the rest of the guys, I don't want to go through the specific names. There's a guy named Cycling Tom and some other people. They've got potential, but they're trying to do too many things on the channel, you know, and it's just, it gets to be a little cluttered up. Somebody came to my channel, this channel here, and said, early on, he said, he just left a message, he said, wow, I like your channel, it's clean. I literally had to discuss that with Paul when we're riding. After I said, I don't know what the guy meant. He said this channel's clean. I don't know if he meant clean language-wise or clean meaning it's the focus. I don't know. So till now, I'm not sure what he meant. But I got another. Actually, today I went on Facebook. I don't like the Facebook app that much. It sends you too many notifications asking you every day, do you know this person? Do you know? It's a stupid setup. I set it up to promote this channel early on, and people have found me there, so I don't want to get rid of it. But I periodically go to see what kind of notifications are out there because I turned them all off. And there was a guy from Germany that on Thursday this week, today's Friday, yesterday, left a message, just said that he liked the channel. He didn't mean to bother me. But I guess he found me on Facebook because I use the same picture and everything. He said, I don't want to bother you, but keep doing it. Keep doing what you're doing, something like that. And that meant a lot to see that. He took the time to do that, you know, and I thought that was cool. So something I'm doing is working, and I just want to kind of keep the quality. Stay with what works. If it's not broken, I don't want to fix it. I like the exchange here where people give me ideas, I queue them up, I get it done. If you've given me an idea and I did not reply in your comment and I said it was in the queue, it's in the queue. It will be done. It will be done. Sometimes I combine them into one video because not every idea you can do in a video. I try to make it effective to where it's going to work for the whole community. Okay, so I'm going to stop there, but yeah, the other vloggers out there, made me set up this channel. They got me all excited about this because I saw this niche. I saw a channel where, you know, there's no cursing, no filth. So if you wanted to watch it with your family, you can come and just hang out, just guys hanging out like we would at a cafe, you know, sharing ideas. And it's just developed like that. And I think it's just, maybe that's what that guy said, the channel was clean. This channel seems to attract people that are seeking information. We don't get a whole lot of trolls and all that kind of stuff here. It attracts serious cyclists. That's the best way I can put it. So on that note, I will go ahead and close, and I will load this video because the other technical video up there, I didn't want you guys to just have that to chew on for the weekend. So the weekend's coming. It's Friday. I got to go get my bike ready for the weekend. And you guys, whatever you're doing tomorrow, get out there, get some miles in, and don't let anything stop you.